Hello everyone. Happy Thursday. Oh my goodness, guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Whether you're watching the actual live broadcast or if you're watching the replay, I would love for you to comment and just say hi. I'd really love to know how many people are really watching and enjoying the videos. If I'm continue to get the really great feedback, I'm going to continue making them. If not, we might slack off a little bit on them. They do take a lot of hours out of my day to try to come up with new ideas and different tutorials that I want to teach you guys, and hopefully get you, a little bit further in your creative process and maybe learn some new techniques and all of that super fun stuff. Oh my gosh, thank you, Sharice. And good morning, Karen, and hey, Stephanie. And hey, Shannon, I so am glad that you guys are hopping in and commenting and letting me know that you are there and you're listening to all my crazy rambliness. So today, oh my gosh, we're going to play with something that we have not played with yet. And I was so excited when I saw this page in the book at convention that I honestly screamed just a little tiny bit. Hey, Ann, thank you so much for hopping in, guys. So we're going to do something using this really fun the pull tab thin cut. Now, I don't know if you guys have got a chance to play with it or not. We have played a lot with a couple of the border thin cuts here. My favorite, of course, is the, I don't know what we're going to call it, the fringe or the grass, or I really have no idea what we're calling it. But I have played a lot with this one, and I've created tassels with it. So just in case you guys did not catch the video I did a while back showing you how to create the tassels for your cards, you can go right back here to the business page and take a look at that. But this is what it looks like when you use this thin cut by itself, when you just adhere it down flat on your project. So it's very super duper cute just the way that it is, but I love to roll it up. And as you guys know, Close to My Heart is out of stock in our quilling tool, which is the tool that I actually use to roll the paper up really just super easily. But my customers, and in fact, I had one just the other day that ordered these, and she should get it in her Happy Mail just probably maybe today or tomorrow if she hasn't already got it. But since we don't have the quilling tool anymore, I actually bought some quilling tools online. And so when you guys order this set of thin cuts from me, you're going to get a quilling tool in the mail. So if you don't already have one, you'll get a quilling tool with the rest of your Happy Mail. So rest assured that if you guys want to grab this set of the decorative border thin cuts, you guys will still be able to create these really fun tassels because I'm going to send you a quilling tool, and you don't have to go and worry about trying to track one of those down at your craft store. So I wanted to just give you guys like a really quick shout out in that area. But the one that we're actually going to play with today is this really fun pull tab. Now, I'm going to get these out of the way, and we're going to incorporate the pull tab into a really fun, just like a holiday. I say holiday, but really you guys can, it really is appropriate for any type of occasion, but we're going to create a little holiday gifty treat. Little gifty, I don't know what we're going to call these. Oh my gosh, someone give me a really fun name. Like a little holiday gifty, I don't know what we're going to call them. We'll figure it out later. But this is something that's so totally fun because they actually have shown a lot of artwork using where it's like a pull tab for, it has a perforated pull tab for an envelope. So you can just lift it up and pull your envelope open instead of like getting your finger under there and kind of, loosening the glue and ripping it and that kind of thing. And so it's so stinking cute. A holiday happy. We could work with that, Stephanie. That's kind of cute. I like that. But this is, they have given us the, some examples using them on the envelope. So what we're going to do today is actually using it as a functionable, is that a word? I'm not sure. I think it's a word. A functionable way to get inside a little treat container. And so this is the one that I was practicing with, but I'm going to show you guys how you can do this, how crazy simple it is to do it. And you're just going to use a 4x12 piece of paper, 4-inch by 12-inch piece of paper. So I'm going to show you guys how to cut this correctly so it doesn't, so it fits appropriately. Anyway, we're going to get into all that in a minute. But one of the things I want to bring to you guys' attention is that if you did not see this stamp set, it's called Just a Little Something, and it's on page 98 of the Expressions Idea Book, and it has the funnest sentiments ever. A little just spoiler is that if you guys intend on getting a hold of my November 2018 Stamp of the Month kit, which is really stinking cute, by the way, it's being proofed right now as we speak. But if you guys think that you are going to be wanting to grab that kit, this is an additional stamp set that I used. Now the kit itself, as you guys know, the stamp set for November stamp of the month didn't have any sentiments on it. So of course, when I incorporated it into cards, I felt like it needed some sentiments. So you need a stamp set that has really small sentiments to fit the pieces that I have in the kit. And I could not even wait to use this one. So this is actually the stamp set that I've used with my November kit. So just a spoiler, if you guys plan on getting that, this would be a great stamp set to add to your collection. It is going to coordinate so perfectly with the pull tab thin cut that we're going to be using today, but it has a lot of perfect sentiments on here. Like, look at that. Congrats, you pulled it off. Oh my gosh, like how cute is that? Who thinks of this stuff? I don't even know. But it's just, they have the best sentiments ever with some really fun icons and like the little washi, little faux washi tape images and that type of thing. This is going to be so fun to play with, but we are utilizing some of these images today as well. But I just wanted to give you guys like a little bit of, you know, a little spiel there so you know kind of what is going on. So now we're going to get right to business. So this is like what our end result's going to be, only it's going to be a lot prettier than this, but I want to show you guys how easy you can do this. Hey, Andra and Karen, and thanks for hopping in, guys. Oh my gosh, she blessed my heart. Okay, so we're just starting with a 4" by 12" piece of cardstock, and the color we're using today is New England Ivy. And I'm going to try to attempt to get my paper trimmer up here so you guys can see what is going on. I don't use the scoring blade. I probably could, but I just don't. I have like this crazy love relationship with my bone folder, and it works just perfectly. So I don't even have to worry about changing my blades to put the scoring blade in there. So you're going to take your paper over to the 4". Remember, this is a 4" by 12" piece of cardstock. So we're going to take our paper over to the 4" mark, and we are just going to score right here at 4 inches. Hey, Brenda. So then we're going to flip it over, and we're going to take the other end over here to the 4" mark and score it again, just with the bone folder. Like, we're not doing all that fancy schmancy scoring blades and all of that. If you have one of those cool little score pal machines, that's awesome. I am just more of like a simplistic crafter, and this is just kind of how I roll. So we're going to... Sorry, that's probably making my autofocus go ridiculously crazy on my phone. Sorry. So we just want to give it a really good crease on both sides. And I'm not even kidding you guys. I'm telling you, this is like the easiest, most quickest little gifty project you ever are going to experience. And you can make it as pretty or as simplistic as you would like. I, of course, am going to add some extra jazz just because it's my job to show you guys options. But, okay, so now we are left with, we have our scored, so we have 4 by 4 sections here, okay? So what we're going to do, this is the part where we have to have our brain on straight. And occasionally, some days I don't have my brain on straight, but y'all have seen my videos before, so you know this. So what we're going to do, it would, in a perfect world, it would be really great if our thin cut would fit, across our Cuttlebug plate, but it doesn't do that. So we have to improvise and do something different. So what we're going to do, okay, so you got to get like, pretend you like you know what you're doing. Pretend like you know what you're doing. Okay, so we are going to, remember, here's my washi tape again, you guys. I tell you all the time, grab the washi tape. It is a really great functionable, I think that's the right word, tool in your craft room. It's not just for embellishing. It's so great because the washi tape pretty much just stays on my dies, the ones that I need to place in a particular spot, and I don't want them jostling or shifting when they move to my Cuttlebug. So I just keep a little bitty thin piece of washi tape on here. And the great thing about the washi tape is that it's a low tack tape, and it's going to, you can push it down and it'll hold, but you can pull it up and it's not going to rip your paper or pull up the color from your paper or your cardstock. So that is why I really love it. It's a low tack tape and it's great to work with. So what we're going to do is we're going to place this where the pull tab, the beginning of the pull tab is going to be right here in the middle. And we want to keep it, when we actually go to assemble this piece, there's going to be adhesive on the top and the bottom, okay? So what we're going to do is we need to make sure that we position the pull tab down a little part. I don't want to put it in the middle because when we put our candy, this is going to have a Ghirardelli chocolate square in the middle. When we open it up, I don't want my candy, I don't want the seam to be right here and them not be able to pull the candy out. I want my seam, my opening up here where the candy is going to slide out and they don't have to completely like dismantle the entire thing because it's going to be pretty on this side, okay? I don't want it to have to completely take it apart and tear it all up to get the candy out. So we want to make sure that our opening is going to be up here near the top, but we need to keep it low enough that we still have room for this adhesive here. Hey, Sue! Thank you for joining in from New Zealand. So what we're going to do, guys, is we're going to position. You want to place, you see here where our seam, where our crease is over here. We're going to place the pull tab almost to the crease over here, but not all the way, okay? Almost to the crease, but not all the way. And attempt to keep it, you want to attempt to keep it straight, parallel, is that the right word? Parallel with the top and the bottom. So it doesn't look like, a kindergartner made it, which would be really cute if a kindergartner made it. So we're going to place it just like this. Now, you guys are wondering, how are we going to send it through our Cuttlebug without without this end here? Because we don't want that seam to go all the way through. How are we going to place it through here so that it doesn't cut on this side as well? Here is the trick, okay? This is not a new trick. You guys probably already know how to do this, but you need to bring your crease of your paper clear all the way to the end of where your Cuttlebug plate is, okay? Because remember, if you don't have the plate on either side of where the die is, it's not going to cut anywhere. So this is actually going to stop cutting right at this crease as long as this crease is placed over on the outside of where the plate lines up. Does that make sense? Can you guys see how I am pushing it? It's lining up exactly even with where my plate, I don't know how, I know I'm not using the right words, but you guys can see how the crease is lined up exactly with the edge of the plate. So we are going to hold that for just a moment, place our C plate on here. Remember, A, B, and C, if you're cutting, you always use an A plate and a B plate. And then your third plate, your top plate, is determined by what you're actually doing. So if you guys are cutting, your third plate is C, C for cut. If you are embossing, your third plate is another B plate, B for boss, okay? That's how I remember it. I love to tell you guys that in the videos because someone will always message me and say, oh my gosh, Susan, I've never heard that before. So you got to spread it around, right? So I have, again, my plates are flush right here with our crease of our cardstock. And we're going to hold them tightly, and then it's going to go into our machine. Now, I do also recommend, guys, that I'll position that again after I'm done talking. But I do recommend also that you work with the back side and that this side is what goes into your machine. Because as you guys know, if you've messed with a Cuttlebug or a Big Shot or whatever machine you're using many times before, you guys know that if your die is right up here, sometimes it's a little bit it's difficult to get it to go into your machine because that calibration is just a little tiny bit tight as you're going in. So whenever I was initially doing this, when I was playing today, I had this mess down here on the front, and I kept trying to push it into my machine, and it was a little bit too snug, so it wouldn't go. And then I ended up shifting my paper, and it got all crooked and messed up. So that is why I found in my practicing today is that it really is going to work best if you guys stick this part in your machine first and you have all of your die and your craziness back here lined up, and that is going to be pulled through afterwards. So again, we are just holding down the cardstock so it's right on the edge of the plate, so that die is not going to cut anything back here because it has nothing to put pressure on that cardstock. So I'm going to go right here next to my table without jostling my cardstock. I'm going to run it through my Cuttlebug, and sorry if it makes you guys dizzy. I tried to do this on my other table so it doesn't shake my phone, but I didn't move it today, so my apologies. Okay, so we're going to pull it out. Going to pull it out, and this is why I love washi tape. Look at it go. Not ripping a thing. Yay! And look at that. Oh my gosh. Perfect, right? It's absolutely perfect. You could not have planned that any better if you wanted to. It looks perfect. Okay, so So now when you guys want to know how to create the pull tab for anything that is shorter than, let's see how long it actually is. It's about 6 inches, a little shade over 6 inches. Oh, thank you, Andra. I appreciate that. So now you guys know that if you want to create something where it's going to perforate it less than 6 inches, that's exactly how you do it. Because look at that. That looks perfect. It looks absolutely perfect. Okay, maybe I just think it looks perfect. But anyway. So now we want to fill it with our fun stuff, okay? So we're going to go ahead and add our adhesive down first. Let's see. Suze, where did you do with your adhesive? Oh my word. Okay. So I'm just adding a little bit of adhesive on either side. And if you guys have some super strong adhesive, or if you want to use some liquid adhesive, you're welcome to do that. I will tell you that I did, when I created this one this morning, I actually did place the Ghirardelli chocolate in here, and you guys have to be careful that you don't get it too awful thick, because you don't want it to pull these sides apart if you don't use like a liquid adhesive or something like that. But I did have my Ghirardelli chocolate in here, and I let it sit, I don't know, it probably sat there for 2 hours, because I actually wanted to see if the pressure of the dimension in here was going to pull my adhesive apart, and it didn't. It's still very adhered with no problem. So I'm still going to just stick with my plain old Tombow. And let's see. Oh my gosh, it's hard to see this with the camera in my way. Little bit of adhesive on here. And I cannot remember which end. I can't remember which end is the end that seals it all up. So I'm just putting adhesive on both of them. Okay, so remember, whenever whomever is opening this up, they're going to see the back side of this first. When they open it up, this is what they're going to see. So when we're placing our things in here, we want to make sure that we place our things upside down. Okay, so I'm going to place my Ghirardelli chocolate upside down. I am also going to add in, if you guys are familiar with my videos, you know all about this, the scripture heart confetti. You guys have seen that before. So we're going to add a few of those today. Of course, they coordinate with the paper that we're going to use, the 'Tis the Season paper. So we're going to add those on here, and they are going to be upside down because I want them to see the scriptures first. And so we're adding our little Ghirardelli chocolate in there. Now we are going to begin closing him up. And what I found worked the best for me, and you guys want to be really careful since we have the adhesive there, that you keep, if you're placing hearts or a tag or something like that in there, you want to make sure you don't jostle it around, that they don't get stuck to the adhesive, and then nobody will be able to get them out when you get it all sealed up. So we're just starting at the edge here, and I'm just pinching, okay? This part does not seem like it's that big of a deal, but what I found is if you pinch it together while you are... Oh, perfect, Anne. Yes, and Anne, if you go right back here to the videos tab on my business page, I have a whole video where I showed you guys kind of where the idea came from years ago with the scripture heart confetti, and how I actually have created documents to help me where this was like an ongoing process, and it's much easier to add them to many other cards going forward. So I kind of did like a whole process for you guys. So if you want to see that, just go right to the video tab here in my business page, and you'll see the scripture heart confetti video, and maybe it'll be even a little more helpful for you. So I'm just pinching. And we're just doing a good job of lining it up, guys. And as you can see, it's kind of like the pressure inside the little sleeve here is kind of making it a little, it's not staying completely straight. But I really think that's probably why this stayed together so well. Because we were actually kind of using the depth against it. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but so we are just going to fold this flap up as well. See how the bubbles, but it doesn't look like this adhesive is going to let go at all, guys. And this is just Tombow. I mean, it's a decently, they consider it a permanent adhesive, but I wouldn't consider it like really sturdy, really sturdy, something for a 3D project. I probably wouldn't consider it that way, but like I said, it held this pocket really well. Oh, thank you, Katie. I appreciate that. That means a lot to me coming from you, because you're one of the best artists that I know. So we're just pinching it, getting that adhesive sealed really well. And then here is the last end that we're going to pinch up. Oh my gosh, isn't that exciting? Can you hardly even wait to see the person that's going to... Oh, heavens. You know what I did? Guess what I did? And there's no way I can fix it now. I didn't put my little stamp on here. Oh my word, I got so excited. I used the little open me stamp, and I stamped it right on top of here. Like if we were gonna do it, we would do it right here. I don't think that I can do it without messing it up. So I think I'm not going to do it. We're just not going to have the open me stamp on this one. But if you guys are going to do it at your house, definitely do what I didn't do and stamp before you start adhering it together. So you definitely want to stamp before you put the adhesive on or before you start filling it with any treats. Okay, so this is your very first of this video. Not ever, but this is your very first don't do what Susan did. Okay, so that was my little rewind button. Okay, so now that we have all of our treats sealed inside, we're gonna flip it over and we're just gonna add a few pretty things. Nothing that is just like too crazy fancy. The part that is a little tiny bit tricky is getting, just write it in. Oh, I could do that, Tina. Yes, I absolutely could do that. You're right. So the part that is a little bit tricky is getting your portion here on the top to stay flat. So another thing that we absolutely could do, we're all learning, especially me, I could have attempted to probably adhere this onto the green before I folded it. That might have helped it. I didn't think to do that before because I didn't dress this one up. If I would have completed the entire project, that probably would have told me that I could do that, but obviously that didn't work. So we are going to, actually we're going to use a little bit of liquid glass on our pattern paper. And the liquid glass, of course, you guys could use it for the little treat pouch if you wanted to. You're just going to have to sit there and hold it while it dries because it has a little bit of a drying process. But the liquid glass is what's going to hold the paper onto the glitter paper. Your normal adhesive is probably not going to hold it onto the glitter paper. So we're using just a little tiny bit of liquid glass. And we're going to make a bow really quickly to go on our tag. And we're going to do a little bit of stamping. So we are going to allow that to dry while we do that other part, okay? So do a little bit of stamping. Again, this is my shout out again. If you guys want the perfect stamping surface, get the Fiskars Piercing Toolkit. You will love it. This is like the best stamping foam ever. Oh my gosh. Ever. So I've got a little bit of archival black, and I'm using the little mini Merry Christmas stamp. I seem to just be grabbing this one for all of my Christmas projects. I love it. And it fits this, the decorative tags, or the fancy tags thin cut set. It fits this pretty stitched scallop tag so well. Oh my gosh, if you guys have this thin cut set too, oh my gosh, I hope you're loving it as much as me. It seems like I use it for every single project lately. So just stamping very quickly. And yes, I didn't center it because there's going to be a bow over here on the left. Spoiler alert. Okay, just a really quick little bit of stamping. We're going to get this out of the way. And we're going to do, like you guys are not even getting tired of my Bow Easy tutorials. Oh my gosh. This, I tell you, this is the black shimmer ribbon, you guys. And it is a very, like I have been telling you guys a lot lately, that Close to My Heart has the most high quality ribbon ever. I mean, it's gorgeous, but this ribbon, you need to have sunglasses on. Whenever you're looking at the ribbon, it is like a black ribbon and it's completely sewn through with gold shimmer thread. It's beautiful. So I thought it would make a really pretty bow, and we're gonna make a pretty large bow. So I'm going to use one of the larger templates on the Bow Easy, and we're going to make it, I believe, maybe a triple bow. We'll see. And if you guys want to see the tutorial on the Bow Easy, there are many of them in the video tab. So you can watch those, and I will not make you re-watch them on this one. So I'm not slowing down. I'm just going pretty quickly. But this is just the coolest bow maker ever. Oh, Roxanne, did you get it? Perfect. I'm so glad you guys got one. I almost feel like these people should give me commission, as many of these as I have probably sold for them. But it's too fun, right? Too fun. Okay. Ooh, I got my tail a little bit short. Heaven's sakes. So this is not going to provide a very good tutorial with my tail not being very long. A little bit difficult to see. So this ribbon is very soft. It's really easy to work with. Really easy to work with. So just getting our bow kind of finagled around here. And I tell you, I've mentioned it many times, the day that I finally figured out, when I was watching tons of YouTube videos, the day I finally figured out how to use the bow easy was the day that I finally figured out that I was actually creating my bow upside down and backwards, which is exactly what you're doing. And it's so fun to pull that thing off of the bow maker, because look at that. Oh my gosh. Look at that. You could not make a bow that pretty and perfect with your hands if you want it. Like, seriously, if your life depended on it. At least I couldn't. I can't make a bow that pretty by myself without help. So we call in the bow easy, and it works out perfect. So just a few, now that our tag is ready to go. Actually, maybe we'll stick our tag on here first. Oh my gosh. Suze, it would really be great if you could, like, get your act in gear. Woo! Heavens. Heavens, heavens, y'all. Okay, so we are going to, I'm probably going to have to use liquid glass on my glitter paper as well, and I may need to stick this under a book or something heavy. So we might just go ahead and finish this, and then I'll add this to the box later. So we're going to just put a little tiny bit of adhesive on our tag. Okay, now we're going to add our bow there. Oh my gosh. Stinking cute. So let's grab glue dots. Okay, so we have glue dots. And what I have found, mentioned it many times for you guys, you're probably tired of hearing it, but your little loops like to kind of hide back down inside each other. So what I find is if you get your loops positioned correctly, put a glue dot right behind them. And the glue dot is actually going to not only help the bow be adhered to your project, but it's kind of going to help keep your loops open instead of kind of hiding back and forth inside each other. Okay. So one more. Okay. Oops. Oh my gosh, these glue dots, holy cow, they like mean business, guys. They are so crazy sticky. Okay. What's in here, bone folder? Now we are... Oh my gosh, you guys, the pressure of doing this with people watching, holy cow. Okay, so we're just smashing that glue dot down, fluffing up our little loops there. Seriously, isn't that just stinking cute? Oh my gosh, look at that bow. That's adorable, absolutely adorable. So we will just clip off the ends here. I'm telling you, you guys have to get this ribbon. It's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Okay, so then we will grab, we're like in the mood, I have been in the mood lately to color my bling. So I'm using just a few of the silver glitter gems. And we're going to color them with the carmine, which is the red that we have, alcohol marker. If I can maybe find another little, there we go, that'll work. Color them with the alcohol marker. And it's so easy to do, you guys. I just usually use the broad end of the marker. And it takes like lickety split. I don't know how many seconds lickety split is, but it's pretty darn fast, okay? And it's beautiful bling. Absolutely beautiful bling. And you know, we have 24 colors, so you guys can make them all different colors. So you might consider grabbing some alcohol markers if you guys don't have them. You know, it takes neutral colored bling, you know, clear sparkles or even staples or your clear sequins or your silver sequins or something like that. You can take your neutral colored bling and just by grabbing your alcohol markers, you immediately have colored bling and you didn't have to go buy colored bling. So you guys know me, I'm like all about saving the money. I can't even help it. Oh, thank you, Andra. So look at that. Oh my gosh. They're crazy sparkly. They're stinking crazy sparkly. I mean, it looks perfect. There's just no streaks. There's no splotchiness or anything like that. Oh my gosh. I stinking love them. Love, love, love. Where is my piercing tool, Suze? Oh my goodness. Oh heavens. Why do y'all tune in for this train wreck every day, guys? Heaven's sakes. Okay, so I don't know where we are putting this craziness, but I sure do love this red bling. And if I didn't mention, this was just the silver glitter gems. I really wanted something that was 2 sizes. And since our clear sparkles that I normally have been coloring, we only had 1 size in those. I really wanted something that was larger. So the silver glitter gems work perfectly. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. Oh, so cute. Oh my goodness. Okay, guys, so I'm going to, after we get off camera, I'm going to liquid glass this down, and then I will put something heavy on it, and then I will, after it's dry, I'll take a picture and put it up on the page so you guys can see it. That is so cute. Okay, so now I'm going to take this back to my bookshelf and finish it. But that's what I got today for you guys. So remember, if you guys want to grab the decorative border thin cuts, don't worry about the tassels. I will totally send you guys the piercing tool with your Happy Mail so you guys can make the tassels as well. So many more projects coming up with the decorative borders and more holiday projects as well. So if you guys have questions, just put them below or message me. I'm always happy to help. If you are interested in maybe joining Close to My Heart as a consultant and you might want to talk with me about what I do for a living, I'm happy to do that. So I hope you guys have a great Thursday, and I will see you soon.